Kidmissing TV. I'm your host, Angelina Wilson. Today, we will be talking about Edna Bette-Jean Masters. She disappeared from Red Lake, British Columbia, Canada, July 3rd, 1960. She was just 21 months old. Police, including RCMP Corporal Cheryl Bush, who is on the case, points out that there's never been any evidence to support the idea that she is deceased. Therefore, she would be, well, at the time of the last article I found, would have been 55 years old. Now she would be about 62. There is a possibility that someone took her and raised her. Edna was called Bette-Jean, her middle name. The area was searched extensively using airplanes, police dogs, volunteers. They did not turn up a trace of Bette-Jean. Only one lead was the sighting of a slightly unfamiliar 1959 Chevrolet car with Alberta plates that was seen nearby with a man and a woman in their 20s. The car had either cat eye or bat wing taillights, the RCMP reported. Now, what's interesting about that is that, and I want to thank my father, God rest his soul, but when I first wrote this case, he was still alive, and he helped me with the car description. He said that if it had bat wings, it was most likely a 59. If it had cat eyes, it was a 58. So I want to thank my wonderful father for that. Master's mother and two siblings, as of the writing of that, were still alive. Her mother would be, close to 90 years old. And the RCMP detachment at Kamloops said it's standard practice for them to reopen these old cases, to look into these files. I think that's great standard practice, and it should be standard practice everywhere, my opinion. They didn't give any specifics on how long the review would take or what they were looking for in particular, but I think that car and that couple is a great place to start. It did have Alberta plates, so I hope they got her information out to Alberta, which is next to, well, yeah, next to British Columbia. If you have any information on Bette-Jean and her location or location of her remains, please call the Kamloops Detachment of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police at 250-314-1800. 250-314-1800. Now, obviously, that was a quick case. So, I'm going to dig into the file and get another one. David William Adams. Let's go there. David disappeared from Issaquah, Washington, right next to BC, on May 3rd, 1968. He was 8 years old. He was just 4 feet tall and weighed 50 pounds. He was itty bitty. He went missing again May 3rd, 1968. He was walking home from a friend's house. More than 1,000 searchers, with the aid of dogs, combed Tiger Mountain. That's where he was from. I love that name. He was from Tiger Mountain Road. In 2009, detectives working out of the King County Sheriff's Office took another look at his disappearance. And they also found a former neighbor was a person of interest, in quotes, in the disappearance. So they were going to investigate him. Sergeant John Urquhart said the investigation was reopened thanks to the formation of a cold case unit or squad. As far as I'm concerned, every police department, sheriff's department, whatever it is, should have a cold case unit. The person of interest was in his 60s. He was very evasive during the search. One thing that they did with David's case is that they, as in a lot of the cases, put his picture on playing cards. They made decks of playing cards for prisoners and put missing people or unsolved homicide or unidentified people on them, hoping that some prisoner would come forward. David's dad was a fighter pilot in the Air Force. He got a short leave to come home and search for him. And interestingly, someone came forward to say that a man was pouring cement at the time. And his house was in the wooded path where the dogs kept going, but they never dug it up. The search dogs kept going there. They did get a chance to grill the former neighbor. In 2011, at the same time the playing cards were put out. They're not releasing the man's name, which I get. Again, more than 1,000 searchers, dogs, all sorts of people. They thought maybe he fell down a coal mine shaft, or an animal like a cougar or a bear may have attacked him. This was all speculation that was fueled by old newspaper articles, which I was not able to find. He is listed by the State Missing Persons Registry as missing. And thanks to a grant from the Department of Justice, in April of 2010, the Sheriff's Office was able to open the cold case squad. If they have such a grant, why don't more Sheriff's offices use it? Why doesn't the state of Maine take advantage of that grant, since they're too cheap to keep one open? The grant is up to $500,000 for 18 months. In that time, you can come up with more money to sustain your squad. If you have any information on the whereabouts of David William Adams, you can contact the King County Sheriff's Department at 206-205-7810, 206-205-7810, or 206-296-4155, 206-296-4155. I would love to see all of my cases solved. I know it's not reasonable to think that that would happen. Sure wish it was. But we have a real shot with The Boy in the Box. The show premieres Tuesday. And I will link it in all of my social media. Very excited for the Deep Dark Truth podcast to come out. So, when next you hear from me next Tuesday, that'll be the day. Whatever video I do that day, which I haven't decided yet, I will also link it in that video. I have a few ideas of what I might do. Thank you for joining me, for watching my video. Please hit subscribe, please hit the like button, make a comment. I try to answer comments when I see them. When I get notified of them, I go right away. Thanks again to my dad who helped me out with the cars way back when. God bless you. Have a great night and a great weekend. Remember to mask up at May and get that shot as soon as you can. God bless and good night.